Welcome back. You're watching Local 4 Live, 9:39 on your Thursday morning. We're going to dive into a new report about moms. The mental health of mothers has dropped in the last decade, and that's according to a large study published in the last month. It took a look at nearly 200,000 mothers with children age 17 and under. The study found about 1 in 12 moms, or about 8.5%, reported their mental health was poor or fair in 2023. That is up from 2016, when that number was about 5%. 1 in 4 moms reported excellent mental health. That's a drop from 38% in 2016. Local 4 medical producer Sarah Mayberry is with us to join us to talk a little bit about these statistics, the why. We're both moms. I have a 15 and a 13-year-old. What are your ages?
15, 13, and 9.
Okay, so we're in it. We are in it. I have to tell you, when I was going through the rundown and I was looking at these stories, I'm like, this doesn't surprise me.
No, of course not. I mean, we've been talking about this for 15 years, basically, at this point. And the interesting thing, so this study that you're talking about was actually based off of the Surgeon General's report that came out last year. And it was about parents as a whole. So not just moms, but parents. And it found that parents were exhausted, burned out, and perpetually behind.
I feel behind all the time.
Check. And the perpetually behind.
And then that causes me stress. Like, I know I have to order my daughter's soccer uniform. That's due. Someone else needs shoes before camp. I haven't found those. There's some app that I'm supposed to download and register. And it's on my list. Right? Yeah. And I just never can catch up.
No. And none of those things are like super important, like life-changing things.
But I feel like I'm failing.
You have to do them. Like, they're important. Like, the whole team is waiting on you to place that uniform order to be able to order everyone's uniforms. But I think that it's that mental load, and I think the mental load that moms are carrying, combined with the social pressures just from society as a whole. So financial costs are really up for some people. That's putting a lot of pressure on them to work more. They feel like a lot of pressure from social media, like, oh, like, your kid's going to that camp. Like, my kid's not going to that camp. Like, are they behind? Like, am I doing enough for them? So
I had a girlfriend text me over the weekend. She was really upset. She gave her son an amazing graduation party. It was at an outdoor park, and she decorated the pavilion, and then she saw pictures of other people's, and she felt so bad. And I said, you know, he had a great party, and it was the moment, it was the experience. But she's like, I know, I'm just comparing.
Yeah. And, you know, it's always been hard to parent. Parents have always felt pressure. Parents have always worried about their kids. But, like, when I had my graduation party, the only parties my parents saw were the parties we went to.
Right.
Like, they didn't see every party that exists.
With the fancy cookies and the matching whatever.
Yeah.
What is it? How does that stress come out? Does that report talk about it? Is it like less sleep, more headaches? What does it tell us? Or what do you know just from your experience?
It's a lot of it. The number that stuck out to me, so it's 41% of parents say they are so stressed they cannot function. 48% say that most days their stress is completely overwhelming. And so it's that sense of overwhelm. And it's hard because the things that would help are self-care, exercise, more sleep. You know what it's hard to get when you're a busy parent? Self-care, exercise, more sleep. So we're shortchanging ourselves but in trying to balance everything. So there are no easy solutions. I mean,
I guess the first part is knowing that it is there, knowing that it is getting worse, because then you have that conversation and say, okay, what can we do? You know, to make it better. But there are health ramifications after a while. Like, I think back in the day, even just in the past few years, it was almost bragging rights. Oh, I hardly get any sleep, or I do this. I like that we're at least shifting that mentality, realizing that isn't anything to brag about. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah, and actually that is one of the highlights from the new study, is just that they think moms are being more vocal about it. Like, hey, we are struggling. Like, this is really hard. And you don't want to complain, because we've chosen to be parents.
Right.
And I will speak for both of us. I think being a mom is the most important thing in our lives.
And
like,
best thing in my life. Wouldn't change it ever. You know, I love it. But yeah, you try to be the best parent you can be, and, you know, you fail.
Yeah.
I mean, you do.
But we can't be good at everything. No. We can't be good at everything all the time. And so I think the takeaway for moms is, you know, we need to do the best we can at the things that are most important to us and the things that are most important to our kids. We overestimate what our kids really need.
You're right on that.
My son and I just got back from a soccer trip. We did all these crazy fun things. His favorite day...
I bet it was simple.
It was the the day we spent at the lake with his friends.
Yeah.
His second favorite thing from the trip was this old courthouse that we walked through, him and I. We only walked through it because it was air conditioned and we were like going to something on the other side. But he was like, hey, can we stay a little longer? Can we go upstairs? And I'm like, sure. So we are so busy planning and trying to do this and that we kind of miss those moments sometimes. So I think scaling down, like what we're trying to do, scaling down what we're spending, because that will alleviate some of the financial pressure.
I like that reminder.
And, you know, I know we're all about social media, but also like
pulling back on that.
Pulling back a little bit, just because it is making us feel bad when we're doing a great job.
We are doing it. That's a good reminder, because I do think you think everything always has to be big, but it's the time. It really is the time.
And that's everyone's highlight reel. We don't put the bad stuff on there. we don't put the stuff that fails.
You know what I did yesterday? I invited a friend over for dinner. And she was doing me a favor by carpooling. So she's like, I'm going to get the kids to the thing and this. I'm like, that's great. Yeah. Come on over. We hadn't had dinner in like a year. I'm like, I'll pick up dinner. Completely forgot. And she's at my house. She's like, Karen, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm still at work. I am so sorry. And I just felt like, but she got it. She's just like, I get it. Life is busy. I appreciated the invite. I appreciated you thought of me. Who knows? Maybe in the next 12 months we can figure it out. Right?
But you just
felt bad.
You just gotta laugh at that, though.
I know.
I mean, she
got it.
Yeah.
So it's okay.
Yeah.
Sarah, thank you. You made me feel better. I like the reminder of time, and small is big.
Yeah. Time is all we have.
That's all we have. Parents under pressure.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, thank you.